So, just released the single Letting Go with Keynan, and I just wanted to give you a look into the Pro Tools session on kind of what went into it from my perspective after Keynan gave me this sick track. All right, so let's listen. So he sent me the track like this. Super vibes. First thing I did was I just laid sort of like a comping guitar part underneath it. Something that I just felt gave it some substance, some rhythmic substance, but nothing too in your face or melodic generated. So super straightforward. Then let's move on to like the actual theme, guitar theme. So these blue tracks here. Sort of the first guitars you hear. So what's going on here is they're sending out to a subgroup, which I believe is this. So I did not record my amp with a mic. I find since I've lived abroad, I don't have all my gear with me. So I'm working on a minuscule setup, if you will. And I use guitar amp. And yeah, you can kind of see some of the settings there if you're really interested. Otherwise, I'll save you all the boring. Then with this, I added a doubler effect, which kind of gave it sort of the width, the wobble, some of the depth. So without it, very mono sounding. The doubler obviously gives some depth. All right, some of the vibe. Then I sent it to a reverb track. All right. And so this reverb is just like a short width reverb I use with Waves, I think TrueVerb. I really like it. I use it on so much stuff because it's the best way just to get some natural like width and space ambience on your stuff. And when you're recording direct in with guitar, I feel like it's almost necessary to do that like 78% of the time. So put that on with it. So we got the wobble. We got some of that verb. And then you get some of that tone. And obviously with the track. And the comping guitar. Cool. So you get some of the vibes. And that sort of happens at the beginning of each section. So it's sort of like the theme that then breaks into your melodic variations, which we can get to next. So these blue tracks, let's kind of see what's going on here. So you hear these, the first melody. And I recorded them in sort of a question and answer format. Sending out to a different guitar subgroup. Similar amp, maybe, actually I use the same amp across all the guitars for consistency. But let's see what effects. Added some reverb. Let's take this stereo verb off and just kind of hear what this reverb's doing without. Super dry, super mono. Has a short decay time, a little bit of pre-delay, make it feel like a slap. And then I just like this compressor, balances the guitar out, sort of like you would have with like a tube amp or something. And then of course, added a bit of that stereo verb in with it. And then all of a sudden, you hear the width, which to me I love. Then you have, each section has that new theme. All right, and then let's go into these sort of backing guitars, which I just used to sort of fill in the texture. And I added these last. And they didn't necessarily inspire any of the melodic themes, but they just sort of added texture. The purple tracks. Let's hear what's going on with some of these. Some whammy bar stuff. Yeah. Very pentatonic and Asian inspired. Obviously, I'm living in Asia right now. So what's going on here? They're going to a different guitar subgroup. Same amp. Compressor. A little bit of doubler. Without the doubler. Sort of dry. There you go. Some octave doubles. And then obviously I added a LA2A on all these guitars because that is like Jesus of compressors in my opinion. Anytime I use a guitar, whether it's direct in or I've recorded it with a mic, I feel like this is the most, I guess I want to say transparent. You can clearly hear it's in there, but it's just like the classic amazing compression sound that I always want. You can put it on voices, you can put it on drum rooms, you can put it on piano. I mean, literally anything sounds good. I put it on there as a safety net. Obviously, I don't really let the meter drop below -2 dB. Sometimes -3 if I'm really like working with something that has a big dynamic range. And then, yeah, that's sort of the nuts and bolts of it. Let's just see, sort of, yeah, it all comes together. Go check the track out if you haven't. Links in my bio and Keynan's bio. All right. Much love, guys. Bye.